Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another learning session. In today's session, we are going to learn how to calculate, define, and assign number ranges for any object. Normally, you have seen many, videos available as a part of defining and assigning number ranges to an object. But in today's video, we are going to learn what is the factor on which we define the number ranges, whether we have to go with the standard, whether we have to go with Z number ranges or whatever. Yeah. So to start with, in today's video, what we are going to learn is some consulting skills, how to do SAP number range discussion with the client. So what might be the questions you need to ask to decide upon the number ranges. What to do, what to consider while finalizing the number ranges for any object. How to do the calculations, because these calculations will give you whether standard is going to be suffice or you need to create certain new number ranges altogether. And then same we are going to see in the system how to define it. Yeah. So I'll start with a presentation. So let me start. Our first topic, how to do SAP number ranges discussion with client. So there are certain questions you need to ask to the client so that you will get the clarity what should be the number ranges. Like my first question, number ranges required by the business at client level or the plant level. So normally you know that number ranges is defined based on the document types and not client or the plant levels. So here I mean by client level or the plant level is if you have different plants and for every plant you want to define different number ranges, then creating a single document is not going to give you the different number ranges. So if you want different number ranges for different plants, then those many different document types or the order types you need to create. Yeah. So if you create only one order type for all the plants, then you can assign only one number range to it. But if you assign different order types with different plants, then you can create those many types of number ranges. So one example is quoted. I have order type PP01, PP02. If we define different for different plant, then number ranges can be defined differently plant wise. But if production order type is same for all the plants, then we cannot assign different number ranges to different plants. Yeah, so this is the factor you need to discuss with client how they want it. Then second, we can see what are the average number of production orders. In my case, I have taken the example of the production orders, so I'm quoting that. So what are the average number of the production orders need to be or created per year? So we can simply ask to the client, okay, what is or how many orders we are creating month wise, then simply check what is the average coming as a part of um, year-end activity in the year, how many orders we are going to create. If I have five plants, so out of five plants, which plant has the maximum capacity and what is the average number for that plant? What is the minimum average for any other plant? And then calculate those average to decide upon per year consumption of number ranges. Yeah. So once you discussing all the factors, there is one more factors that my number ranges should be last for how many years. So normally if you are using a legacy system and for that legacy system we consider 10 to 15 years, the number ranges should be suffice to cater all the requirements. So we can simply consider if I have created an order type and for that order type a number range is defined, those order should be suffice for 10 to 15 years. Then do you need to consider the number range buffer? So many a time people don't know why the buffer is being used. Simply buffer is used to optimize the system performance. Because if I have a high volume plant, which is, at the same time we are creating 20, 30 orders, then as a part of system performance, buffer has to be maintained there. If you don't have that much volume, then you can make buffer zero, but it depends on the situation and it depends on the real time analysis of what are the number of orders getting created. If you want more information on the buffer, you can simply comment me and I can, create a video on that. No issue with it. Okay, then next, what to consider while finalizing the number range for any object. Okay, so there are certain consideration as I said. what is the duration for which you want to consider the number ranges has to be sufficient. Yeah, that is one of the factor. Then what is the full capacity is being used plant wise? What are the different capacities of the plant? Consider those capacities while defining the number ranges. Also see based on transactions, like you're creating production orders, you're creating plan orders, you're creating purchase requisitions. So if I give the example of the plan orders, the plan orders are very dynamic. Every time you run the MRP, plan order gets generated. If you delete and recreate the MRP, plan order get deleted and recreated. So the pattern says planned orders is a high volume item wherein you will consume the orders like day in day out. So in that case, for those order types or for the plan orders, you can have a large number. For the production order, which is comparatively less, you can have a less number range, and so on and so forth. You can create for all the other objects. Yeah. Okay, here I have given one example. I have considered the plan orders, the production orders, the purchase requisition. There is a number range given from 1 to 19999, so almost 20 million, which should be suffice if I have, less plants. If I have one or two plants, this is going to be suffice. But if I have 10 different plants, manufacturing units, then might be this number range is not going to be last for those many days. So based on this, you need to, see whether this number range is okay, or you need to create a new number range which will going to be last for 10 and 15 years. Similar calculations you have to done for the production orders and for the purchase requisitions. So once you are going to arrive on what is the current number ranges which consumed, and for how many years I want to use this production orders or plan orders, and accordingly you can decide upon. Same calculation I have shown you the number ranges, what I have shown how many years it is going to last. So if my average estimate for the plan order is 5 lakhs, for production order is 10,000, for purchase rec it is 5 lakhs. Then if I have 13 production units or the plants or the product companies, this is per year consumption of the plant production and requisitions. Then accordingly you can see what is the total number coming and number of year to last. So the plan order is going to last for 3.07 years, production order is for 7.7 years, purchase requisition for 1.53 years. Similarly, if create the number in instead of 8, 9 digit, then might be these 3 years turn to 15 years or 14 years. This turn to some maybe 18, 20 years. Similarly, this turn to be 10, 12 years. Yeah. So accordingly, you have to change those number ranges or the digits in the number ranges, which will suffice you for the legacy system. Now we are going to see in the system how to create those number ranges. There is a transaction called SNRO. Simply go into the transaction. You should know the object name. Like in my case, I'm taking the AUFTRAG and simply say display. This is the number range for a production order type, and you can see the intervals. So these are the different intervals are available for the number range. 0, 1 we are using from number range to number range, and this is the current number range. Simply we can check the overview. In overview, you are able to see to the internal number for the production order. These are the order types already assigned, like ZPP1, ZPP3. So how to assign and deassign those order type? So what you can do is simply go back, change. Now this is the order type I want to assign to the number range for production order. So ZPP9, click on ZPP9, go into the element group, and then you can simply select this 01 and say OK, and then you're able to see the ZPP9 is assigned to my internal number for production order, and then you have to save it. The job done. Okay. Similarly, for planned order also we can check in, go to SPRO. Then we have to go to production, MRP, then planning, I think. Go to number ranges, yeah, and define number ranges for planning run. So here you are able to see the plan orders and what are the intervals available in plan orders, 01, 02, 03. So this is the interval. You can see the assignment also in number ranges. So all these plan order types are available there. All these plants have, these are the order types and number ranges available. So this is how you have to do the number ranges assignment, definition and calculation. So I'm going back to the Excel and we have run through all the steps here. Hope you guys like this video. Please do follow, subscribe. Thank you.